Welcome to Board Game Animal. My name is Justin, and today we're looking at the two latest games that are currently up for pre-order at New Mill Industries. Hearts and Minds from Daniel Newman and The Fluffy Rite from Kusaka Satoru. Before I get into the specifics on these, I can definitely say that if you are somebody who's already following New Mill because you like the kind of games that they produce, if you find yourself in that trick-taking, small card game scene, and the games from New Mill have crossed your radar before because of this, I can strongly say that both of these games are the kind of thing that you're probably looking for, as these are the kind of shakeups in the genre that people want to see. And by the way, keep an eye out starting in March, because we're going to be doing a deep dive into a lot of trick-taking and card-shitting games, breaking them down by categories across multiple videos, and these videos will feature quite a bit of New Mill games, as I will continually work my way through their whole catalog. But let's talk about what's currently on the menu. Hearts and Minds is a must-follow trick-taking game that is quick to pick up and play, but with enough going on to make it really fascinating to keep coming back to. This game, for lack of a better term, is a little bit punishing. The goals for scoring that we're going to get into in a second are often not easy to complete, but the interesting thing is none of them are overtly easy, which means that you know everyone at the table is going through at each hand. The trick play is really fun in and of itself, as the four suits, each one has the potential to be trump when played offsuit of its color cousin, meaning the light blue to the dark blue, etc. The delectable twist here is that there are multiple goal cards for the hand. You'll have 5, and when playing a full game, always play through 4 hands. Each time you pick a goal card for the round, it can't be used again, so by the time the game is over, you'll have used 4 of the 5 goals, which makes each round super interesting to try to determine what hand you currently have best fits which goal. Also trying to manage not wasting that goal, because you're not going to be able to do it again. And boy, are they all the right ways of crunchy and brain burny. The goals in this game are quite interesting. Because of the moving parts, you may be often losing points in this game. The energy around the table is palpable as everyone's working so hard to make their goal, and adds for some great competitive energy, but it never gets out of hand. The escalated challenge of your dwindling goal options makes the decision space even more rich, because that pivotal choice you make every single round is going to be having consequences as the game progresses. Now, like I'm saying, there is a bit of challenge there, but I can say from experience, I think regardless if you see this the same way as I'm describing it, I think a lot of folks will see this as a pleasant conundrum that they have to solve each hand, and just embrace the difficulty. Because while challenging, all of these are most certainly doable. I've seen it many times. And that's the thing, I don't want to make it seem like it's crazy rare. It just depends. It is so satisfying when one of these goals gets completed. It's one of those games where it's impressive to witness, so it doesn't matter who around the table has done it. It's an exciting thing for everyone around the table. And you know, I really like contracts in games that are a bit atypical or a little bit more involved than usual. A lot of time in trick-taking games, you may have lose all tricks or win all tricks, something that is very straightforward. And this here, though, is the precise kind of challenge I like in games too. Each goal has a little bit more specificity in it, and if you like a trick-taking game where the rules and play are slick, while also being complex in theory, then Hearts and Minds is one that you're definitely going to want to check out. Because this one does what I think New Mill in general does very well, at putting out games out there that surprise and can be a bit cerebral and have that crunch to them, not being burdensome or overwhelming in any overhead that the game may bring with it. So for me, this game is falling into the kind of trick-taking category, which I'll be talking about more later, that delivers that punch in an approachable factor. For me, I give Hearts and Minds a 9 out of 10. I really, really like this one, and I'm really excited to be sharing this with more folks. The Fluffy Rite is a trick-taking game with the not too often seen twist of numberless cards. Each card can be used as either a head or a body of that color, and players can combine 2 cards, combining a head and a body, to make one bear to play into each trick. The combination of colors of each assembled bear and the order of play will determine the winner of the trick. And as you play these cards, some cards are going to get discarded and some cards are going to be going back into people's hands. All of this in an effort to manipulate what cards and suits are still in play. Some are stronger than others, some aren't strong at all, and as tricks continue to play out, you may be able to start to read what's going on and what players have and don't. And as you win tricks, you'll be gaining trophies. At the end of each round, what you're trying to do is you're trying to be the second best. You don't want to be the one who's won the most trophies, so it's a bit of a balancing act of not only manipulating the suits and cards in play, but also how many tricks you're winning while trying to do that. That person who comes in second is going to get a game point, and the first person to 2 game points is going to win. I can see the Fluffy Rite being a huge hit for folks who are card counters, and especially folks who like the twist of kind of the non-traditional numberless cards. It's something different and a little bit unexpected to see in this genre. And the whole game falls into that flow of manipulating what cards are in play and being able to parse that kind of information in a constant flow, for me, ultimately is why the Fluffy Rite isn't one that I keep wanting to come back to. I think the card play is extremely interesting, and like I said, any of the aforementioned things, if that speaks to you, then it is definitely one you should check out. For me, and it may just be my style with how I work, I'm not a card counter, I'm not playing on that level, and that coupled with a bit of the abstractness that this game gives off, for me, it lands around a 6.5. It's almost there. It just hasn't been calling me back too much, but I 100% can see the audience that this game has. I still heartily recommend, though, that folks check it out, especially if you like that high-level, funky card play. This may be the exact sort of different card game you're looking for. And you know, theme doesn't always really super come into play with trick takers, right? But sometimes they make the play more enjoyable just based on the conversations that develop due to them. I do love the whimsy of the themes in both of these. Hearts and Minds being a bit satirical and topical, addressing what really matters during times of stress. And in the Fluffy Rite, you're participating in the annual honoring of Lord Teddy, known as the Fluffy Rite, where you're trying to do your best, but, not do too good, because otherwise, you might earn his wrath. A good thing that I would never do such a thing. What's going on?
What did you say about the Fluffy Rite? Kindly explain your 6.5, please.
I mean, it's just not for me. I don't have the appeal. I didn't say it was
I'm
bad.
sorry,
I didn't say.
but your answers are
Unacceptable.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
If you would like to pre-order a copy of either Hearts and Minds or the Fluffy Rite, go to New Mill Industries. The link is going to be in the description below. If you'd like to talk about any of these games, please leave a comment. And thank you for liking and watching and subscribing. And don't forget to play all your board games, your trick-taking games, and all of them like an animal. Like a bear. Like
Lord Teddy.